Barely see me.
We're live.
Let's see. Hi, y'all. Elijah here with Cryptid Studies Institute. It's been a very long time since you've seen me. I'm also here with Gabrielle Henderson. I'm not sure if you can see her or not.
Also from Cryptid Studies Institute.
I'm doing this kind of spur of the moment, but we are at a area in Land Between the Lakes, and we're gonna try to get something stirred up. Hello, person. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining in. It's really late. It's 12:18 where we're at. It's very humid, very warm. Hello, Sherry. Hello, El Duderino. How y'all doing? We're still loosely getting set up. I forgot some important pieces of gear of mine at the house. I have half of it here, and half of it's at home. So, yeah. Well, without further ado, let me flip this camera around and let's go hang out. We'll hang out like a hare and a biscuit together. Whew. We were out here fairly recently with a friend, and
1 week ago tonight, actually.
1 week ago tonight, and I didn't quite hear it, but my hearing can be pretty bad. But 3 out of the 4 of us heard what seemed to be growling off in the woods.
And it was preceded shortly there. Horrible hunt. It was preceded by what sounded to be a stomping sound, like something stomping its foot rather heavily off into the woods.
Yeah. Let me know if y'all have any signal issues and audio issues, anything like that. We haven't been down here doing this before. Oh, there we go.
We wanted to stay longer last week, but we were run out pretty quick because it started coming down wet rain.
It sure did.
And we didn't want our equipment wet.
No. But we got another chance now. And got some new toys. A viewer was very generous and blessed us with some things. I really couldn't believe it. He gave us a ton of just really nice stuff. So
Some of that which idea we forgot tonight. The previously mentioned
unfortunately,
forgot tonight stuff.
I have at least 2 pieces of it with me. But man, it's some nice stuff. And so shout out to you, Mr. Doyle. Thank you very much. And I'm going to use it in a video one of these upcoming weekends.
Bring.
Remember to bring it, yeah. So, what's been new with y'all? It's been a while since we went live. It's been, man, I don't even know. When was the last time we went live, Gab?
Too long.
Absolutely
I
too
believe
long.
it was Christmas.
Let's see here. There
Perhaps
we
you'd
go.
like to turn the camera around to see, so they can see what we're doing.
Well, I did a second ago. Camera police over here. Let's see here. Now I gotta get this headlamp back on my head. Alright, how's that, y'all? Walk in this little stretch for now. Then we passed the Kentucky line, just over the Kentucky line. But yeah, last time we were, it sounded like there's some growling and something stomping the ground. So I don't know, maybe we'll get something this time. It's first day of summer, and it was like, what was it, like 105 real feel today, something like that?
Of 105, so we stayed inside today.
Thank y'all for tuning in with this, all 20 of y'all.
Thank you
Yes, Miss Sherry, we are at LBL tonight. We hadn't really planned on doing anything or anything, It was kind of last minute, us coming up here, but we had the time. I was like, you want to go to LBL? And my phone, it's been busted up real bad. I got it fixed, got it replaced yesterday. And hey, got to go out to LBL and test it. So it seems like signal's fine. from here to about 40 feet down that way.
Well, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Gotta do what we gotta do. Let's see here. Hold this light for just a second, Gab. I want to see if I can get this night vision to work with this camera here. While I'm setting up this night vision, y'all may lose visibility for a moment, but just bear with me. Let's see. Come on, night vision, turn on. We was gifted something called an NVG30. I gotta find which one of these camera lenses. There we go. Turn off your light for a second, Gab. Come on, come on. Sorry, y'all. I'm kind of doing this on the spot. Turn this infrared light on here. There we go. There's Gabby. There we go. All right.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I was gifted a good infrared flashlight to accompany it, and it's amazing. I hear something crunching off over there, but I'm sure it's nothing.
I hear something over there, but I think it's like that song from the tree and those things like that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's turn this light back on here. This is a little of a discombobulated live stream tonight. I've lost a lot of you, but that's okay. We're going to still try to have fun tonight. It's kind of getting to the point where I think I need like a Batman utility belt or something, because I've got all sorts of things jammed in my pockets. What is this thing? Yeah. Last time we were here, it almost gave off more of an impression of like Bigfoot activity than anything else. But supposedly this area has a history of dogmen sightings.
I'd take either one at this point, though.
Yeah. You can see the humidity in the air. It's got a haze. Driving in, there's the creepiest fog all over the road. Really had.
Give your flashlight back.
Oh, okay. Really had a nice horror movie aesthetic to it. I'm going to try to be posting to the channel a lot more soon. I actually have some projects I'm working on, but they're very lengthy uh, lengthy projects, and those ones that take a lot of editing magic to go with them. So
And you've been working 12-hour days.
yes, I've been working 12-hour work. 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for sticking with us. I appreciate it. What's been new on y'all's end? What's been going on in the cryptid community? I mostly focus on work and other side projects anymore. Hello, Cryptidville. How are you, my friend? You know, it's muggy and humid, but it at least kind of cooled off, though.
There's a bit of a cool breeze in the air.
Yeah.
I think if we can knock out this humidity, it uncomfortable.
Did you hear something?
I think it was just a frog or something.
Oh, okay. there's a. We're doing good. Uh, just trying to get back into posting a little bit more regularly. There's a strange amount of activity, not creature, but people activity in the park tonight. We pulled into the park, went over to the welcome station, used their restroom, and seen like, well, like 4 or 5 cars or something.
I don't know about that many, but definitely at least two or three.
Well, there's like 2 or 3 that pulled in, like 2 or 3 that came down the road.
That's true. So yeah, I guess that's not too far off. And it's midnight too.
Road closed. Not for
Not for
me.
us. Maybe it's everyone getting out because it's the first day of summer.
Maybe, I guess so.
What are they doing out late? Who knows? They could ask the same about us. Bridge
Hello, JD
closed.
Smooth. How you doing? We've been here this bridge before. I don't know how long the signal will hold up going this direction. It's just the live stream's a question mark. It's all gravel down this way though. It's not paved.
The car probably could make it.
Yeah, but
I don't know where we turn around.
we're doing good, my friend. First day of summer, and it was like
Came in like a lion.
104, 105 real feel, something like that today. I'm working on a really big Land Between the Lakes project down here. It's going to take me some time, but if it goes the way I'm shooting for, I think y'all will be very well pleased. And I'm going to try something that, to my knowledge, no cryptid researcher has ever done before. So that'll be fun. And a little spooky.
You're a little spooky, Eli.
I spook a lot of people. I've jabbered for a while now, Gab. You got anything to say to the camera?
Hello, camera. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I know it's very late, but thank you for coming on this adventure with us, and hopefully we get you something interesting to check out.
We'll be safe because we got a camera, and none of these things ever like to go on cameras, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, there we go.
If you ever want to be protected out in the woods, just pull out a camera.
Or go with Elijah.
Or go with me. Oh, man. Just this phone over here a little
The
bit.
signal seems to be better down on this road.
Don't jinx us, Gab. Yeah, we can't quite say where we're at tonight, but we're close to a fairly prominent area in the lore down here, so to speak. One or two of the people watching might recognize where we're at. What's that reflect on that tree? It's not a trail camera, is it?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess that's just like a little trail marker. I almost had the look of like a trail camera from a distance. Huh.
What?
I'm just looking
Is
at
that a
this.
tree break? Looks like a twist almost.
Well, I guess it's.
Could be storm damage. We have had a significant amount of weather incidents lately.
Well, I just think it's possible. Could this be one of the roads, like one of those things come down that trimmed the trees on the side of the road?
That's a distinct possibility.
It's kind of a back road, so I don't know if they would do that down here.
I'm not sure.
There's that real little reflector there. Yeah, we were down here a week to the day last week and had a really good time with some friends down here.
Do you hear a dog barking?
Let's see.
Maybe I'm just hearing
Ooh.
things.
That almost looks like blue eye shine looking at me for a second.
Really?
And I can't get it to start back up. So, see anything of the flare over there?
A tiny yellow dot of something, actually.
Oh.
Look right there.
Here, take the camera. Let me look at it. Oh, these monsters.
The light, it was right there on that side.
So, oh, these bugs. It sure did. It almost looked like one blue eyeball looking at me.
Hi, Gabby. So I went looking for some information about the place you told me in Land Between the Lakes, and I came across the channel. I'm a big fan now. Steven, you're the Uber driver from yesterday, aren't you? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in.
Awesome. I haven't met you, Steven, but thanks. I appreciate it too. Oh, oh, there it
Do you see it? What does it look like to you? It's pretty small.
is. Eye shine. Take the clear bag. Kind of looks like it might be blinking.
It's bobbing its head around. Shall we get a little closer?
See if I can get back to it. Oh, there you are. Can y'all see that? Yeah.
What is it, little raccoon or something?
Alright, y'all look right in the center of the camera there. Man, it's glowing bright. Man, I don't want to get in there and get ticks all over me. Kind of wonder if it's... Oh, no, that's living. That is alive. It moved. Here, back up a touch, please. Definitely don't want to be like a hog come at me or something.
Well, we wouldn't want that. There it is right there.
You see it?
I see two of whatever it is now.
Does it look big?
It looks small to me.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. If I can have my wrist.
Let's see here, y'all, just so you can have a peek. See it? It doesn't look big, but
Maybe a raccoon or something.
maybe. It's just kind of sitting there. I'm assuming it's nothing, but probably would have done something if it was something. Oh. Do I care enough about y'all's entertainment to get ticks all over me? I guess. Hey, so you stay over there, Gib. Or not. Okay. Where'd it go?
I don't see it anymore in here. I haven't heard anything either.
Might be trash pandas. It could easily be a trash panda.
Because it was fairly small.
Oh well. I'm willing to
I
say
think
it
this
was
thing
not
froze up.
anything. Yeah, let's go back to the gravels. Oh well. Hello, Flat Rock. So I don't know if anybody's noticed. I got a flashlight in my right hand, and I got a headlamp too. The headlamp kind of gives like a nice spread of light and illuminates it. But my other flashlight, it kind of goes a little deeper and I can see what's further up. Although I forgot to charge it. But as far as the live stream goes, it lights up the camera pretty good. You okay, bud?
Yeah, this, there it goes. Alright, the flare is just acting up. I got it back on.
Not acting up. Kind of quiet. I mean, I get, except for like all the insects and whatnot, but
The insects are out strong tonight.
yeah, they're swarming my head. So did anybody go to that Stanton Bigfoot Festival that was in Stanton, Kentucky recently? We went to it and hung around and listened to the panels, and it was pretty good. Frog again? Y'all know I don't want to step on a snake or something.
Yeah, anti-venom's expensive.
Anti-venom's very expensive.
It's pretty bad when you're more worried about the medical bill than the snake bite.
Yeah. Hey, if the signal messes up on us again, we've been going for about 24 minutes, so that's at least something. Well, I wanted to walk down that other road. Why couldn't the signal work on that road, you know?
Well, we'll check that one out too. Our viewers unfortunately just won't get to join us.
I guess so.
But we'll tell you if we get anything cool.
Thank you to the 13 of y'all who have stayed with us these 24 minutes and 19 seconds. We were over here one day. There's a bridge down here. And I think it was that we took a picture down the bridge, and we came back later, and there was like a black mass further down.
Oh, is this that spot?
Yeah, I think it is. And for a few minutes, you know, it was kind of getting everybody, and like, is that something? Is that something? But as it turns out, the time of day had just changed a little bit, and that was you know, basically the shadows had shifted, and it looked like something was there, but turns out it was not. So that just goes to show you how easily stuff can be misidentified. We've been kind of down sick recently. I'm over it now, but Gabby still has something kind of holding on.
Yeah, Thursday was the 3-week mark, and there's something still in my chest causing a pretty nasty cough. So whatever it is, hasn't been fun.
No, I had something, and it lasted for about 2 weeks. And it was pretty miserable. From what I understand, though, there's a new strain of COVID going around. They call it like the razor blade throat, and whatever I had, it was like flu-like symptoms, but man, my throat hurts so bad. So I kind of wonder if it was something like that.
I had white spots on my tonsils that I could
Yeah.
knock off with a water flosser, but it would bleed when I knocked it off. So that definitely wasn't fun. And then I've had a lingering cough right in my chest. I actually coughed so hard I threw up last Friday.
You start walking in the direction so we just don't get too far from the car.
Probably
Because we've been walking for a good some. And good safety and such. Now we're at the basically Tennessee Kentucky line, a little over. And people who know their LBL stories well might be somewhat familiar with where we're at. You good?
Yeah, it almost sounded like a pig running, so we need to watch it.
Anymore, I'm more scared of the humans than the cryptids. Stay safe, you guys. May God watch over you too. Thank you. And yeah, honestly, you're right, because people are crazy anymore. Absolutely crazy. Where we live in town, there's a area of Clarksville uh, on called Fort Campbell Boulevard, and there's a Walmart over there, and it seems like something's constantly happening. Someone getting uh, fired at by somebody, or War and I ran out of that area one day. Yep. I think he's told us that story before.
Who we got on there?
Cryptidville.
Cryptid.
We were down here last time with Mr. War. I don't know if he's watching or not, but shout out to War Criminal 7. But yeah, that Fort Campbell Walmart, there's always something going on at it.
So what was that the night you went there to get me a COVID test?
Well, that was Madison Street.
That was the Madison Street one?
I walked into, we got a Walmart. Local people will know where Madison Street is. Out of town, there's, there's Walmart on Madison Street. And I was going in there to get Gabby a COVID test.
Big surprise. Me and my Victorian era immune system were sick again.
Yeah.
This was about a year or two ago.
Anyway, I'll go in there, and there's like a Walmart attendant telling me I can't come through this area, and I'm looking around. There's blood drops all over the floor. There's a rack of alcohol knocked over, like the medical alcohol, rubbing alcohol. And as it turns out, somebody had gotten in a fight and stabbed someone else with I think it was a broken bottle. And they were actively getting the areas secured off with Walmart attendants. And on the way out, I tried to go out that entrance, and they wouldn't let me go. I think you've seen a cop walking into Walmart, didn't you?
I did. I think rubber gloves were involved.
But yeah, you never know what you'll see at Walmart.
Watch your step light. I have been swung cucumber here and there.
Yeah.
Which, for those of you who don't know, can be a sign of copperheads.
There's a distant owl. People in Clarks Vegas are crazy. Yes, they sure are. They sure are. Yeah, we're sorry we missed you, brother. But we'll catch you next time. Same here in Washington State. Gabby was there last year about this time.
I wish I was there right now, too. It's probably not 100 degrees and muggy.
You're right, JD Smooth. Clarksville is a very special place. Probably doesn't help they built a casino just outside of town recently. Raining here. It's been raining an unusual amount here.
But it's been dry all day.
Yeah, it's been dry today.
Rain was actually why we had to leave early here last week.
We don't usually have a whole lot of rain this time of year in this area, but man, it's gully washed over here. So the pieces that I forgot at home, unfortunately, and I was really wanting to use those. The gentleman who was very kind and gifted me gear sent me 4 infrared motion sensors on tripods, and he said when you're out in a location, you can put these around your car, and nothing can sneak up on you. If it passes by it, it'll trigger and send it to a little alarm hub that you'll have with you. So while we were live streaming or whatever, I was going to put it facing down this road and facing down that other road we already walked down. And if something started kind of coming up that trail, sneaking up on us, it'd trigger it and, give us a little heads up. But I guess now we're going to rely on good old. Oh,
There's something big over there.
well,
It's small. I see it on the.
oh, it's an armadillo, isn't it?
Probably armadillos sound bigger than they are.
There's a little frog hopping away.
It's pretty small, I think.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Just a dog.
Man, them armadillos. They'll scare you sometimes because they sound huge moving through the woods.
Huge moving through the woods.
They'll just shuffle along the ground practically, and it sounds like you got something gigantic coming through.
But it's something very tiny.
Friends, I'm starting to accumulate a lot of sweat.
Give Tom a shower when we get home.
As you wish. It's crazy to think. It's what's the 21st of June?
21st of June.
21st of June.
The year is half over.
The year is half over. It's not long before we hit fall. I mean, think about it.
Next month, Hallmark's going to get their Christmas decorations.
So I'll be posting a video soon. It's not going to be anything long. It's just going to be like one of those YouTube shorts, but I think y'all will find it interesting. How many of y'all in the chat knew that the movie Creature from the Black Lagoon was based on a true story? As it turns out, I was watching the behind the scenes of the original Creature from the Black Lagoon, and one of the people being interviewed said that the creator made it and based it off of stories he'd heard of there supposedly being a fishman. I can't remember if he said it was the Amazon or where, but
Amazon sounds about right, doesn't it?
But interestingly enough, and I'll have all the details together when I post the video, but there's another channel I watch where he'll post interview random footage that came in, and he shared a video. It was something like, I think he said there's this lake overseas, and they believe that there's a devil in the lake, and so when it's nighttime, they don't allow anybody to go into that lake. So these two fishermen went over there, snuck into this lake at night, and was doing like some late night fishing, and they're filming the lake, and there's this little water bottle floating, bobbing around in the water. And you see this hand looks just like the Creature from the Black Lagoon just snap up out of the water, slap that bottle, and it disappears. It was fascinating. So I hope to post that real soon, and y'all can see that. Shouldn't be too long before I get that all squared away. Praise the Lord, it's time for a swig of Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew Live Wire. Can't go wrong with it. Well, it's not good for you, so you can probably really go wrong with it, but you know what I mean. Oh, Miss Gabby.
Elijah.
I'm going to break up the action a little bit. Would you hold this camera? And I want to read them a story out of Miss Linda Godfrey's book, Real Wolfmen.
I will.
True Encounters in Modern America. Let's see here.
He is getting everyone a nice book to share with us. He will be there in just a minute.
So the book I'm about to pull out, I highly recommend one for yourself. Can you see it?
Real Wolfman.
True Encounters of Modern America. This was made by the late Linda Godfrey. Everybody knows that name. She was a legend. Absolutely incredible in her field. And she included a Land Between the Lakes story from down here. And I'd just like to take a moment to read that to everybody. Might as well kind of breaks up the monotony of walking down the trail and gives y'all something interesting to listen to. It's definitely not Ancient Wolf Dogs of Mexico. We're a ways away from there. Page 1. She Wolf with Pups, Land Between the Lakes, Kentucky. Every now and again, I have the good fortune to be invited as a guest on the late night radio show Coast to Coast AM. A side benefit of every appearance is that the show's giant audience always seems to include a few people willing to share their own strange encounters. This is how I learned of the remarkable 2002 Kentucky sighting of several unknown canines from a man whom I'll identify by his first name, Frank. In this case of multiple creatures, the beings' relationship to one another seems obvious. Frank and some friends met for a camping weekend in a rugged place called Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area. That's right here. The park straddles Lakes Kentucky and Barkley in Kentucky's southwest corner and extends down into Tennessee, providing a large and well-watered habitat for animals of every kind, including humans. Frank's weekend passed without incident, and he lingered after the others left on Sunday night, making sure the fire was really out and cleaning up the camp area. Darkness had fallen by the time he finished, and he drove the main road through the park at only about 25 miles per hour to avoid hitting deer grazing alongside the road. At one point, the deer suddenly vanished except for a few escaping the vicinity at a dead run. Curious about what was scaring them, Frank kicked on his truck's off-road lights, but saw nothing. He turned them back off and kept driving. He did not get far before he came across a few more deer on high alert, so he hit the lights again and saw something cross the road and ahead of him. At first he thought it was a rather large coyote, until I realized it was running on its hind legs and just barely running with its front paws, said Frank. That realization made him really curious, so he pulled over and kept his bright lights on to provide a good field of vision. Excuse me. Something was moving in the tall grass at the side of the road, and it seemed to be making its way toward Frank's truck. He kept watching until finally the something emerged far enough so that Frank could make out its features. He instantly recognized the gray-black fur and snout of the creature he had seen cross the road earlier, standing upright at the roadside now, as if it were waiting for something. Almost immediately, three smaller replicas of the animal bounded from the other side of the road and ran across to join the bigger creature. They ran in the same semi-upright stance. Frank aimed his truck lights more directly at the group and gained a good view of the larger canid. It stood over 6 feet tall, glaring as the small ones walked near it. Stood also on their hind legs. With his windows down, he could hear the small creatures making what sounded like playful puppy noises. He described the canids as having the look of a wolf, but with much more fur, almost like an Irish wolfhound. They also displayed the typical yellow-green eye shine and had pointed ears laid back on their heads. He thought of trying to get his camera out of his bag, but decided the group was too far from the light to get a good picture. This was too bad because the larger one did move closer, giving Frank an even better view. One that made him decide this was a mother with pups, and he had better move along. As he drove away, she blasted him with a deep guttural growl, which he took as a final warning. Frank added he was sure they were not Bigfoot, not only because of the facial characteristics, but also because they ran with a stooped posture on legs that resembled those of a dog, but with more girth. He also noted they displayed the same type of elongated paws that Katie Zahn saw in Wisconsin. I'm not familiar with that name, maybe y'all are. He never camped there again. He was not the first person to see upright canines in Land Between the Lakes. A documentary film called Hunt the Dog Man, produced by Bart Nunley. There's a shot for you, buddy. There's a shout out for old Barton. And Grindle Films in 2007 tells the story of a family terrorized by a 7-foot tall dog like creature that attacked and bit a 13-year-old boy in 1978. That creature, however, seemed closer to Bigfoot in its description and was much more aggressive and willing to bite a human than the reports I've received personally about upright dog like creatures. Nunley recounts many other sightings of upright canines in his book, Mysterious Kentucky.
There you go again, Bardo.
There you go, brother. And that is from the great book Real Wolfmen: True Encounters in Modern America. If you don't have it, let's see, is this the? Okay, I guess this is not the one that's autographed. I got a copy
Mine's
back at home
autographed.
that's autographed. I think this was my dad's copy. But
Well, that's by Miss Linda Godfrey. She is a wonderful lady. She is Miss.
100%. Did it sound like something kind of walking around? Or was that my imagination?
I didn't hear anything walking around. It sounded like a rumbly sound, but I don't know that it wasn't a distant car. Thank you for the 13 of you who are still listening. Here you go, Eli.
Yeah, y'all know how it goes. We found a really fresh track from there. That's awesome, man. Was it, if you don't mind me asking, was it Bigfoot or was it Dog Man? I kind of get more a feeling like this is more of a Bigfooty area.
Kind of seems to be that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. Bigfoot's cool.
I'm gonna roll up that back window because Gabby's special umbrella she got from the what was immersive King Tut.
Yeah.
It's right there at the window, and I know it's gonna get sucked out of the window, and she's gonna
Yell
at me or something. So
I need to bring that in, but it was raining on my way to work yesterday, and frankly, I didn't feel like waiting tables soaked to my skin. That was coming in soon enough anyway from doing dishes. I didn't want to get started early from the rain.
hi Judy, how you doing? It's good to see you. It was in moss and looked like it had claws instead of toes. How are the bugs tonight, brother? The
Buggy.
bugs are pretty terrible. They're. I mean, I've been around worse out here, but
A lot of
they
the flying sort that get in your way when you turn the light on.
they really like this headlamp I'm wearing. But there's your biblical analogy. Bugs constantly hover around the light source. They're attracted to the light, just as we should be attracted to the light of heaven. But unfortunately, most of us don't try to find the light like we should. You coming, Miss Gabby?
Oh, are you going back again?
Might as well.
May as well. Which way you headed?
I guess back down this and. Starting to think it's kind of useless for me to bring this flashlight with me because I should have charged it. All right, alley-oop.
I'm going around because I've been hit my head once on that, and I'm not in the mood to get hit in the head again.
Yeah, I heard it. You kind of scared me earlier because you came through and funk. Yeah, it was through here we were walking. It almost sounded like a. I couldn't hear it, but
It was like a
three
thump,
other
thump,
people.
thump. It sounded like a foot stamping.
Has there been any sightings for any more attacks in that area? I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'd be lying if I said I knew, friend. I guess the most recent sighting or attack type sighting I know of is the gentleman we interviewed on here about. I don't even know how long it was.
Probably about a year ago that we interviewed him. I'm not
Yeah,
sure when the attack was.
he was up at Demumbers Bay in a boat. I believe he said it was about 11:30 or so, and he was coming around through there, and some. Oh man, did you see that bat almost? Whew. Hope we got that on footage.
It wants to suck your blood.
Yeah, that thing swooped down real low. But I think he said it was about 11:30, and he's getting, I guess, close to one of the banks, and something started throwing logs at him. And then a little bit later, what was it? I think he said to the person with him that, "Do you hear that? Or we need to get out of here." And something started charging out of the woods at him, trying to, and he felt like it was going to attack him if he closer to the edge of the shore, about 20 feet or so up in the water, and it ran along the edge of the, oh, what's the word I'm looking for, the edge of the shoreline, like it was trying to get him. And I think that was
Was it like 2017, give or take?
16 or 17, wasn't it?
I thought so, yeah.
But I think that's the most recent one I'm aware of. Really nice dude.
Now, I believe about 2021, someone found a abandoned tent in Boswell Landing area.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think the tent was later cleaned up and missing.
So they posted in a Land Between the Lakes group on Facebook. Has nothing to do with looking for creatures, nothing whatsoever. And they posted a picture of it. Campsite, just the tent was collapsed, and I think they left belongings. And they posted a picture of the spot, and it was all cleaned up. I guess technically the most recent one I know is what you and War Criminal 7 seen cross the road, whatever it was. Because
Yes.
that was like, what,
That was a
last year?
sighting. We wouldn't call it an attack.
That was last year, though, wasn't it?
2023, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. May of 2023. Funny, last year becomes 2 years ago. Time just flies.
I bet you it's going to be a quiet night here.
Looks like it. Want to check out some other locations?
Um, I guess let's give it about 10 more minutes and
I tell you what, do you have your megaphone in the car? We could do some call blasting.
Well, this new phone, I don't have the sounds on it.
You have YouTube.
We'd have to use your phone.
I could pull it up on YouTube. Unless you just don't want to.
I guess I could try to find it. It's in there somewhere. In the mountainous heap of camping
Garbage.
gear and garbage and car parts and...
I'd like to be clear, this is Elijah's car, not mine. Viewers.
Yeah.
I'm an innocent victim having to ride around with all of it.
I could almost relaunch society in that car with everything that's in it.
Yeah, all your Olipop cans will do a lot of good helping relaunch society.
Hey, that'd be a rocket stove if done correctly. Back under the gate. Oh. Sure will.
What?
It's good seeing you, Sherry. Thanks for hopping on and hanging out with us.
Good to see you, Sherry.
I'm gonna try to dig it out. Take this. Go play with those pigeons over there or something.
Well, I'm going to sit on the front seat and talk to these fine people. Unlock. They know your car's dirty. They hear horror stories.
Looks like a megaphone. Somebody just jumped out of the car now because it's about dead.
We're right, y'all. We are trying to see if he found it. Now we will see if the batteries will come up. Look like it's gonna work.
Yes.
What sound am I looking up on YouTube, Eli?
Here, hand me. Go ahead and hop out this way. Let's see if we can.
We're trying to get connected, y'all. Do some call blasting. See if we can get anything.
Have mercy on the bugs. What y'all doing with me? Wait, there it is. So, the video now I'm getting most comments on is entitled "If you hear these sounds, run." It's what we believe are probably dogman sounds, and I get a lot of insults on that video. A lot of insults on that video. But interesting thing though, the sounds in there. Linda Godfrey, while she was alive, said it was a dogman. At least two dogman eyewitnesses or people who have seen uh, the person who was attacked by something out here in the boat, who believed it was probably dogman. He said it sounded like this, with a little bit more bass, or kind of a maybe it's a gravelly sound. But there's evidence that it actually is dogman sounds. Maybe not all of them, at least a couple of them. There you are. I'm gonna turn around because I know that's gonna scare me when that just comes up. Some kind of ad that won't let me skip it. Be gone, ad. You're making this a very boring video. Come on. I often will call blast this. I think I just seen a shooting star. Anyway, we'll often call blast this sound, and whatever it is in the audio, it'll holler back a lot of the times. If it loads up,
If it loads
that's an
up.
important part of it.
There it goes. All right, y'all. Here we go.
Come on, come on.
Maybe.
All right, y'all. Here we go.
Seems to be a bit quiet tonight. Usually, if we can ever get the coyotes stirred up, something that's not a coyote will join in with them.
And by the way, I want to include that a special forces person heard that with us fairly recently, and he said that it was not coyotes. If this is a Bigfoot active area, then it would go to show that wouldn't bring up anything anyway.
That makes sense.
I do hear something.
Not really, no.
There's something walking around, but I'm sure it's another armadillo.
Yeah.
Alright, y'all, let me hit it one more time. So, fun thing about this audio, when it does stir up, we can get it to reply only about two.
It's connecting. We're live again. But it is about 1 a.m., so it's probably about time to start wrapping up.
Yeah. Here, you take your phone back. That's awesome, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much, brother. I wish you had gotten something active. The bugs sure liked it.
The bugs loved it.
Yeah. Not a successful night out, but came out.
Lately, life's just kind of gotten in the way.
Yeah, be on the lookout next weekend or two. Hopefully, we'll have a, strangely enough, podcast interviewing someone or have a special presentation of sorts to show y'all. Um, got a lot of want to do projects, just, you know, time, figuring out the time to do them and whatnot. So, and I'll be off these 12-hour shifts probably fairly soon too. So that'll give me some extra time to do some stuff. And until then, Gabby, you got any closing comments?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. Keep checking out for future projects. And you guys have a wonderful night.
Y'all have a great night. And if I can pull them off, I got something really really cool for y'all coming in the, I hope, near future, but probably take a little bit of time. But I think y'all will be well pleased. Till then, y'all take care. Love y'all, and stay groovy. Now, how do I close this thing out on this new phone? There we go.